Hello everyone, in this video I'll be covering all of the new unique animations in Baldur's Gate 3's patch 8. This is in the stress test here, and there's actually a lot of unique new animations here, and I think that they're all actually really cool. Some of my favorites being the Drunken Master Monk with its ability to throw a bottle up and punch it in your face, and then we also got like the Bladesinging Wizard that comes with a bunch of new unique animations. So you can see here our characters are all having a little dance off, and this is, I guess, some more unique animations that are coming with patch 8. Don't want to get too much into this because I think the combat animations are even cooler. However, there are a bunch of dances that are added to the game. So you can see here, you got in photo mode, all of these options. Now, the poses are, you got a lot of different ways to go about changing the character. So like the dancing is what you're seeing here. They have many different dances. They got disco dancing, folk dancing, freestyle dancing, Popak dancing, Irish, Malaysian, and these are all very well done, and you can move them for photo mode depending on how you want the characters to pose. You got the modern dancing, which is what the characters are doing there. You got salsa dancing. You got techno dancing. You break it down real hard. It's kind of funny to see in actual Baldur's Gate 3 techno dancing. And then twists. Shout out to the Beatles. So with this, you got your characters and they can dance alongside each other. I had it synced up there perfectly, but you can pose them out. This is animations, but you got other ones here too. Like you can have it so you can have them cheering for people. You've probably seen some other videos of people using this to make some really funny different animations, and it's super cool what's possible with this. So this is just a small facet of what's to come in Baldur's Gate 3's patch 8, but a lot of different options here for the photo mode in itself. And I think it's pretty cool because, yeah, you can get your characters all dancing off like this, but I'll show off the actual combat animations because I think that they are some of the coolest that I've ever seen in a game. My personal favorite being the way the Drunken Master Monk, because the Intoxicating Strike here has a very cool attack animation. Sorry, Astarian here. You throw that bottle up into the air and you punch it down in their face. So this is cool. It uses up your key points, but yeah, I love the thought of this attack. It just looks so funny. And then once you have the target drunk, he's succeeding on this. Oh, we got him drunk now. You can use a sobering realization. But just looking at the attack animations before you pull that up, I think it looks actually so funny. And it makes this class really fun to use. So you also got yourself the Drunken technique. I don't have my mod currently. It's not working on patch 8, but I do have a mod that lets me go right in on the characters. You've probably seen that in other videos, but unfortunately it's not working right now. But yeah, you can see from this, it's got some pretty funny different attack animations. Again, Intoxicating Strike is my absolute favorite. Punching the bottle like that just looks so funny. And yeah, then once you got them drunk, you can go ahead with the sobering realization there, which can remove the life of the party, which you get, and then also sober them up. So yeah, just loving the attack animations for these. I think it looks cool. The Drunken Master Monk may not be very powerful, but it is pretty fun to play. With the Swashbuckler Rogue, we get a few of the dirty tricks here. So you got Vicious Mockery. This one isn't anything we haven't seen before. Vicious Mockery is a Bard cantrip, so we already have that. But we get the Sand Toss here. So this is the funny, like, I like the little animation you do whenever you load this up, the little bow that you do. And then you hold your hand out like that. And with the Sand Toss, you pull it from your pocket. You got pocket sand, throw it in their eye. I'm gonna throw some dirt in your eye. I think this one's really funny. So you can see there, it does a decent bit of damage. Yeah, and it possibly blinds them. And we also get the flick of the wrist, so you pull out your sword like that. This is another really cool animation, and I can't wait till I can get my camera mod working properly so I can zoom right in on this. But then you go and just do a little week. So it's got its own unique animations here too. So yeah, pretty fun. Now we actually successfully disarmed him there. Did take a few attempts. But with this, you also got your rakish sneak attack here, so kind of similar to the other ones. But yeah, I like the different animations that you do get for these. So the Swashbuckler Rogue may not be the strongest subclass that got added in patch 8, but it's a fun one, especially for those that like role-playing. With the Arcane Archer Fighter new subclass, it's got some cool ones here because you got yourself this nice glow and you got these, you can see the quiver on your back there. It's like an ethereal one. The bow itself also has these cool glowing effects on it, so depending on the attack that you're going with, it's going to look a little bit different. But you basically have like the little arrow sigil on the ground there, and then your bow lights up, and then you got yourself holding it, the little fingers out like that. I think it looks pretty fancy, and it's fun. I like this subclass a lot, actually. It's probably with the strongest archer or the sword bard tied for the best archer. But you can see here, depending on the arrows, it's going to have different VFX on it, or different effects on it. So you can see there, it's got a little bit of pink whenever you go with the beguiling arrow. We go with the Seeking Arrow. It changes things. What's cool about Seeking Arrow is it finds its way to its target. This is one of my favorites, kind of like a magic missile, but for your bow. And then with the Piercing Arrow here, the arrow gets this really cool blue and white animation on it there. So each of them comes with its own kind of unique ability and appearance. So with the Grasping Arrow, it has this nice green appearance to the arrow, which fits because it adds a bit of poison damage to your attacks. And then if we got ourselves like the Banishing Arrow, it's gonna hit, oh, my character does not want to show off the animation there, but it's gonna have the pink on it similar to the other one, just slightly a little different, but it still looks very nice. And then you got like the Enfeebling Arrow here, which also has the like blackness to it as well. Kind of interesting red arrow to it. I think this is pretty awesome to see, so I'm a fan. And then with the Bursting Arrow here, whenever you select it, you're going to have another red appearance to the arrow there, and that little ethereal arrow is also red. And then with the Shadow Arrow, it's going to give you this nice purple appearance to the arrow. So each of them all comes with a unique new color and effect. And yeah, I'm a big fan of this subclass personally. I think it's one of the more interesting. I like the buff that they gave this class as well from regular Dungeons and Dragons. So I think they did well with the Arcane Archer. So with the Bard, they get the new Mantle of Inspiration, which allows you to put temporary health in your teammates and prevent them from being, or attackers will get charmed. Then you also get the Mantle of Majesty Command. So what this ends up looking like, you just play your loot, and with this you can buff up your team and apply that extra health. So boom, and it has the little rose petals that fly around whenever you do that. And then you get the Mantle of Majesty. You can do the command or grovel, things like that. This one is very similar to the regular command spell, but you have this cool purple aura around you before you cast it. So fortunately can't cast this on, we'll end up starting a big brawl in camp, but it's similar to the normal ones that you would get. And then if you got like your Bardic Inspiration, very similar to what those look like. But yeah, it's a cool one. I think this is actually the weakest subclass that got added, but still, it can be fun for someone. With the Shadow Magic Sorcerer, you get the Shadow Mastiff, the Hound of Ill Omen here. Now, this doesn't really have any unique animations because it's basically just scratch, but dark. But with this, it's got like the Umbral Tangle and the Ominous Bite. Whenever you apply the Ominous Bite, it's going to place an omen on the target, and then that omen you can attack. And, oh, we got the dog charm. That's pretty funny. But whenever it gets attacked, you can apply the omen and attack with a damage type. No real any unique animations here, but we get this Shadow Walk, which allows us to teleport into a shadow as a bonus action without using a spell slot. And you kind of go purplish there and get the effects of the distance spell. So nothing too much, but I still think this class is really awesome, and the dog itself is great. With the Death Cleric, you get the cool Channel Divinity, which we can apply by using like Inflict Wounds. So whenever we go to attack like this, we got the Touch of Death, which we can apply additional necrotic damage, and then it, you know, does that. So not really super unique in that sense. We also got like the Toll the Dead. Unfortunately, they're charmed, so oh, I got charmed from him. But you can see there, you got that spell, which got some new animations to it as well. It's pretty cool. So I think it's a fun one, but not crazy broken by any means, which is always good. And I wanted to show off the new Bursting Sinew here. Unfortunately, Astarion was the target of that. The cool thing is the Death Cleric can actually explode 2 corpses at a time, but this is what this will look like. Just explode them. Sorry, Astarion. I'm sorry. Now, when it comes to the Oath of the Crown Paladin, we get a few different unique abilities here. So you get like the Righteous Clarity, so target yourself an ally to give a bonus to their attack rolls. So you can apply that there. You got your hands held up, and boom, you can make them glow. And then you also got our different Channel Oath charges here, which will refresh on a short rest. So we go ahead there with our Turn the Tide, which will heal all allies in the area. Again, you hold your hand up like that, and then go ahead with the heal, and it heals everybody in the area, including Withers. And then on top of that, we also got the Come At Me Bro, the Champion Challenge, so we can make it so that any target in this range will have to attack you. Well, not have to, it'll get disadvantage on anyone else, and that makes the AI forced to attack you. So then you can apply this with this attack here. So yeah, those are the unique animations that come with the Oath of the Crown Paladin. And then whenever you're going into your normal attacks here, you got this nice light blue glow to it. So yeah, that is something that you can do with these attacks. Yeah, it's nice. I think this is a good subclass. It's not going to be the most powerful one in the game. I still prefer the Vengeance Paladin myself, but still pretty nice. Now with the Hexblade Wizard, we get our own version of the Binding Pact weapon, which is very similar to the other one that we get as a Pact of the Blade Warlock. But we also get our Hexblade's Curse, which you can apply on a target here. So you get this cool little 1,000 Years of Death that you can apply on them. Again, the Hexblade Curse is one for short rest, so I can't show that again there, but it's a nice little stabbing animation. I'll also show off Booming Blade here, because this is a cool one. So you go bonk, attacking with the booming blade, and then whenever they move, they take damage. So if you go ahead here, he'll, I guess, take the damage. Didn't work properly, but it's because he's an ally, so it's not actually in a combat encounter. So yeah, that's another cool thing that I guess you can get as a Hexblade Warlock. Now with the Circle of the Stars Druid here, we get our different starry forms that we can go into. So they have these cool little animations that they do whenever you go into your form there. And then you get like different attacks, like the Dazzling Breath here, which I'll show you what this looks like. So you got this fire breathing attack. And then you also have the Cosmic Omens, which can give a bonus to like saving throws. So we made it so that Gale got saved there. I think that this is a really cool form. So whenever you're in the wild shape, if you're in combat, you can switch your wild shape forms around. Unfortunately, you can't do that unless you're in combat. But you also get your unique star map guiding bolts. They look the exact same, but the animation there whenever you load up the attack is a little different. So then you got the little stars around your character. I think this one is one of the more beautiful looking subclasses in the game. So I guess I'll show off the other form here, the Archer and the Healer. So you got your wild shape for the Chalice, which is a healer focus. And then when you're ever in this, you got your Chalice healing. So you need to cast a healing spell first. So we'll go with the Cure Wounds to remove the damage we've done. And then we'll go ahead here with our Chalice healing. So again, you do this cool little animation. I like the Spore Druid animations, but this one is really awesome as well. That did not work as intended. I guess we had to cast the spell and then cast this right away. So then we got, yeah, Chalice healing there. So it's a little, woo. It's cool. I think this is pretty awesome. And then we also got ourselves the Starry form Archer. So whenever we go into this, we get another unique attack here. So you get the Luminous Arrow, and this just looks like you got this little ethereal bow there that you pull out and you shoot this luminous arrow at a target. It's pretty cool. I think that this one is actually maybe my favorite animation that you get, and then you have the stars surrounding your character there. So the Starry form, it's pretty sweet because of these awesome animations that you get with it. So yeah, little bow attack, don't mind that. Now, the Circle of Swarms Druid actually has a lot of unique animations here. So we got ourselves swarming with bees right now, but every time you level up, you can swap these around. So if you wanted to, you can swap out and grab the jellyfish. So this is what the jellyfish look like. They're my personal favorite. I think that they're pretty sweet. So then again, if you go ahead with an attack here, the jellyfish will attack with you. So you got like the jellyfish teleport here, which lets you teleport using the jellyfish, and then they glow a little bit brighter. I think this looks really awesome. But then again, if you go and attack with these, they'll also do a Gale's being too nice for getting attacked so frequently by me. You can do like a stinging shock or an attack with the jellyfish, which will just electrocute them, and then the jellyfish fly around. And then if we level up, we now have the moths, which look like little pink butterflies. I think these were pretty sweet as well. And then you also got like your Writhing Tide, which lets you use these to fly around. So you can use this to give yourself a little extra mobility from the little flying things. And then you also get the bonus action ability to fly with them too. So this is pretty nice. Not too much of a unique animation, so much as similar to the other flies. But then again, if you go and attack here, we'll show you what the flurry of moths look like. So just moths go around the target there. It's pretty sweet. I'm a fan of this subclass. I think the animations look awesome. So with the Bladesinging Wizard, we got the Blade Song here, which we can use to, you look at this cool animation. So before we invoke the Blade Song, we just twirl our weapon around like this, and then we go ahead with the buff here. Now, when we're in our Blade Song, we have a few different things we can do. So our attacks look amazing. So that cool little twist and stab, I think this looks amazing. You'll do this animation if you got a short sword, a dagger, or a rapier here. And then we also get the Blade Song Climax, which flips us up into the air, and then we go down and heal targets within the area. So I think this one's really awesome just because of this attack here. If we were to, let's say, use a long sword instead, the animations are still pretty cool, but not as cool as if we were using like a rapier there. So that's the attacks that we do. We kind of do a little 360 with it. It's awesome. I'm a big fan of the Bladesinging Wizard. Now, my favorite I left for last, and I'll show off what that is. Now, the Giant Barbarian gets the Boots of the Giants here, which is cool. You just do a little Sparta kick. It looks awesome, but it's not anything crazy. What I want to show off is the Mighty Impalers. You basically do a suplex on them, and it's hilarious. So you can see there you got this nice kick, but whenever we get into actual combat, we can show off the actual effects. And what's cool is whenever we go into our actual combat, we get some cool abilities with the Elemental Cleaver. So whenever you have the Elemental Cleaver on, you can add additional damage types to your attack. So we'll just go into our Giant Rage here, which turns us even larger. So rah! We're now in our Rage form. And unfortunately, we don't get any extra actions this turn, but whenever we use our Elemental Cleaver, we can enhance our weapon and add a cool little color to it. So we're going to use this here and apply some thunder damage on the weapon. You can always swap this around for different appearances, so that's what the thunder one looks like. applying lightning to the weapon. You get a little bit of lightning on the blade. With fire, obviously you're going to get fire on the blade here. And then this looks like if you dip it in fire. With the ice, you got the icy chill that you can apply to it, which is really cool. And then also the acid attack, or acid that you can add on to it, similar to if you dip it into acid. Now I want to show off the Mighty Impel, so combat's not going great, but I wanted to show off the Mighty Impel. So we're gonna do a suplex on Halsin and throw him into this blade barrier here. So this is cool. Bonk! That is amazing. Absolutely fantastic. My favorite new action that we got, the Mighty Impel. Throw a creature that is medium size or smaller. So there you have it, folks. That is the new animations in Baldur's Gate 3's patch 8. I think I broke down every single thing that we got added here. So let me know what your favorite is. I love the Bladesinging Wizard. I love the Drunken Monk. And obviously Mighty Impel is hilarious. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already. And I'll see y'all in the next video.